Do you know the difference between an additional $10,000 versus an additional $50,000 in your pocket when going to sell your home? Timing. Is there a way to time it perfectly so that you maximize your profits and still be able to buy your next home? There is. That is what I'm going to be talking about in this video and how our team does things differently than anybody else out there. Stay tuned. Hey, my name is Doug Bair from the Doug, Bair, and Nate Boykin team. We're located here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. We service Bucks County, Montgomery County, and Lehigh Valley. If you are looking to buy, sell, invest anywhere in those areas, make sure you reach out to us. Our contact information is in the description as well as on the screen here. Let's get into how to time the sale of your home and purchase of your next home perfectly. First, I want to get into what is the Bucks County market right now. So right now, we're just at a 2.3 month supply inventory, which means there's low inventory, which means it's very good for the seller's market right now. And there's very high demand, especially if you're in what I have found to be the sweet spot is if you're in that 300 to 600,000 range. We are getting, in my last two homes that we listed and helped clients upsize, sell their starter home and get their forever home. Both of them sold for 50 and 55,000 over asking price. The first one that was 55 over got 11 offers, and the other one that was 50,000 over got 15 offers. Both of them within a 4 or 5 day period. So the market is definitely booming when going to sell your house right now. So the selling of your house, that's great. But now, how do we do that with finding that house when there's such low inventory? How do we find you that next house? And how do we time it perfectly with the sale of your current house? I know if you've been thinking about selling your house and buying your next home, whether you're downsizing or upsizing, you're probably thinking, what if I sell my house and I can't find my next one? Or what if I miss the market and miss my opportunity to maximize on the seller's market right now for the sale of my house? Those are two very valid and common questions that we receive all the time when we start working with anyone looking to sell and buy at the same time. The main key to doing that successfully is a custom strategy for your specific situation and what your overall goals are when buying and selling at the same time. So to start out with how to strategize and get yourself in a position to do this successfully, the first thing you really want to do is figure out how you're able to purchase your next home. If you don't have a lot of cash lying around, you can't buy a home cash and you need to find a pre-approval, you definitely want to start with getting the financing taken care of, going over all of the financing options that are available to you in your situation. That's something that we would help you with. We work with a few really good lenders in the area that'll help you be able to position yourself with the right loan, the right terms, and in a way that's comfortable for you and your situation. Once you have the financing portion taken care of, that's when you really want to start staging your home. You want to get that done well in advance of when you're actually thinking of listing your home. And the reason is when you are prepared to list, if you're in a situation where you have to sell in order to buy, you need to be able to list within days of getting your offer accepted, if you get your offer accepted with a sale contingency in this market, which is tough. And there are ways around that, but that's where a consultation with our team will help you figure that out. But you definitely want to make sure that you have your home ready to list and staged correctly. So what we'll do is we'll come to your house and we will figure out how to get your house ready to make it as appealing as possible for all the prospective buyers that are going to be coming through the home, and we'll help you get it ready to list so that once you find that next house, you have all the paperwork already filled out, you have all the photos taken care of, it's all staged and ready to go, and we're ready to list within hours instead of days or weeks. That's really going to help you with positioning yourself with selling and buying at the same time. One strategy you can use that still has some risk to it, you could list your home for sale, start receiving offers, and ask for what's called a rent back. So what you can do is you can actually sell your house and basically have a lease already in place to continue to occupy your property and lease it back from whoever's purchasing it from you until you find your next house. Now, there are some things to consider with that. Certain loan types do not exceed, I think it's about 30 days or so for the loan to be valid. So there's a lot of things to consider with that lease back option, but that is one that you can consider. Another option that you can consider if you're already local and if you have family or friends or someone local that will allow you to move in temporarily with them and not have you guys all go crazy living with each other, that is a good option as well. So you can get your house sold, have the funds in your account, remove that home sale contingency completely, and be in a better position, less stress trying to find another house and time it perfectly with the sale of your house because that's already taken care of. That is another option. I realize that's a luxury not everybody has, but that is another option that you can consider. The third option is if you are okay with temporary housing. If you sell your house first, go to a temporary housing community, you can live there until you find your next house. Obviously, you're paying rent during that time, so the proceeds start to come off of that. Maybe you're in a position where you can afford to do that and you're okay with doing that because that gives you more time to be able to find your next house. Again, that is something that a consultation with our team, myself or Nate, we will help you figure out all of the options, and there are a few that we're not talking about in this video. Definitely worth reaching out to us to set up that consultation so we can really figure out what's the best fit for you, your family, or your situation. Now, I did have 2 recent sales that are currently under contract, and they're going to be settling within the next few weeks. Both situations, they were able to purchase without having to sell. They used different strategies. One of them did the normal pre-approval process. They were able to get qualified for a loan before selling, so they got their next house under contract. We then listed their house. They had it ready within a week or so. We had it listed. It was sold by 4 days or 5 days later, and it was $50,000 over asking. That was a great thing that worked out for them, and in their situation that worked for them. For yours it may not. The other situation that I'm referencing is they did have to sell in order to purchase. What we did was we did go to submitting offers. We had our offer accepted. We had their house ready to list in a couple days, and we were able to sell it quickly and match their settlement date so they don't have any issues with getting qualified for their mortgage, and they're able to sell their current house and upsize what they think will be their forever home. Now, those aren't the only 2 options. Obviously, there's plenty more, but again, like I keep saying, we need to talk to you and figure out your specific situation so we can help you figure that out. So just to recap, how to time the sale of your home and the purchase of your next home perfectly. The main thing to do is to meet with our team, and we will get a strategy that is custom to you, and we can fully understand who you are, what your needs are, what you're looking to do, what your goals are, and your time frame, and we can help figure out and tailor a plan to get your home sold and get that next one purchased. Again, if you are looking to buy, sell, invest in Bucks County, Montgomery County, or Lehigh Valley, make sure you reach out to our team, the Doug, Bair, Nate Boykin team. Looking forward to talking to you soon and helping you successfully sell and buy your next house.